We're all set here at Children's Arena for a meeting between the Oshawa Outlaws and the Brampton Express. Brampton 9-4 at this stage of the season. Second place in the ALL East. The Oshawa Outlaws 4-9. In between the pipes for the Outlaws will be Ryan Schutzkowski, led by Joe Hiltz on the bench. And then the Express, Dylan Sprentz gets the call in net. And they're led by head coach Jeff Dowling. I'm Dan Malta on the call this afternoon. The officials, Seb Baudouin, the crew chief, alongside Mac Abbott and Brad Fennell. A couple of players to watch out for in this contest. Two guys tied for third place in the ALL East point standings. John St. John with 89 and Curtis Ward with 89 as well. Off the draw. Ball played deep into Express territory. And they'll bring it right up the floor. Horsley drops it off after crossing center, and it's Jacob Janke right up there in the ALL East points race as well. Pass through the seam, misses the mark, into the corner, collected by Oshawa, and they'll bring it up the floor. Tajuri crosses in, takes a peek back, and connects with St. John. John St. John looks back up top, connects with Gilmore, and far side it's Gilray. Up top for Tate Catoni. Catoni drives through, opens up some space for St. John. He steps in, but three Express players converge on him right away. It's brought back up the floor by Brampton. Janke crosses through. Dishes off the ball. Offensive set out on the floor for Brampton. Working around the outside, back up to the top of the zone, sent to the far side wall to Jury. Out there pressing up top. There's a shot stopped by Schutzkowski. A battle in the corner, Maloney in there. Maverick Blackmore digging away for the ball as well. The Oshawa ball brought ahead by Tate Catoni. Catoni hustles across center. Drops the ball off in the corner. Gilray looks near side, finds St. John. St. John down into the corner. Brought out by Gilmore. Gilmore off the screen, plays the ball far side. Brought back up to the top of the zone. Gilray fires a long-range shot. That misses wide. Bounces up top. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Sent in front. Shot sent wide. And it'll expire. The clock expires on the Outlaws. Beam brings it into the zone. Looks off Istrat and finds Sunderland up top. Now Istrat brings it up to the top of the zone. Winds, fires, looking for that top right corner. Good save from Schutzkowski. Back the other way. Webb in all alone. Shoots and scores. That opens the scoring here. Nice job by Nick Webb just to get up the floor, present the stick, and steps through. Gets an early lead here for the Outlaws. Final week of regulation play in the ALL East. And a great season for Brampton. Oshawa struggling coming into this afternoon's contest. And off the draw it will be Oshawa ball. Josh Gilray gets things started from the corner. Gilmore up top, but sent to Catoni. Catoni into the corner. St. John flips it back down low. Catoni looking through the seam. Pass a little bit too tall for Gilray. And it's back behind the net. Sprentz collects it. Takes a peek up the floor. McDonald near side for Janke. Janke with a lane to the net, dishes it off up top, back down low. Janke steps through, but puts his toe in the crease. Making it Oshawa ball. Catoni now. Flips it into the zone, St. John. Opening up, looking to shoot. Pressed and has to dish it off. Now the bouncing ball collected by Brampton. Up the floor, Janke with pace. Got a man with him. He's just going to go right to the net and score. Jacob Janke. responds for Brampton. We're back tied up here. Both teams having difficulties, well, set up in the offensive zone, but the 2 goals today coming in transition. Connor Johns and Chris Veltman on the draw. Veltman kicks the ball through. It's scooped up by Brampton. Forcing his way through center, Horsley, and drops the ball off to Ward. Ward forced back to the wall, opens up, looks for an outlet. Up to the top of the zone, Sunderland. Sunderland trots back into the middle through a screen, shoots, and that one punched aside by Schutzkowski. Rebound collected by Brampton. Played into the corner. Shot from the side. They score. Curtis Ward on the board, 2-1. Brampton able to set things up nicely in the offensive zone. Work the ball around a little bit before Ward takes that shot. A little bit off center, but he picked his spot nicely. And McDonald collects the ball off the draw. Looks far side. It's Ward right back into the mix. Istrat darting through the lane. His shot stopped by Schutzkowski. Rebound collected by Brampton, but it looks like it's going to be over and back. No, Janke saves it, but Oshawa ball Maloney. Plays it up to the top of the zone. St. John takes the pass from Maloney. Maloney causing some problems in front of the net. Sent far side, back in front. Katoni steps through. Shot misses wide off the glass. Collected by Brampton. Sunderland off to the races. St. John chasing him down. It's a shot on net. Stopped by Schutzkowski. And Oshawa collects the rebound. They'll work it up the floor. St. John playing the ball into the corner. It's Katoni down low. Katoni flips it across. Shot blocked by Horsley. And the loose ball is picked up by Oshawa. Now Gilmore digging in the corner for it. He's pressed right on top of him there. Henderson. Ahead for McDonald. Solo in the Outlaws zone. He'll await support, dish the ball off, and grab a change. Ward fakes the pass for Bukta. Ward tries to center. Knocked away from him by Jeff Geddes. Now a battle in the corner. Ball still on the floor. Ward comes up with it, escapes traffic, flips the ball in front. Shot stopped by Schutzkowski. Rebound into the corner, reset for Brampton. Battle along the wall. Brampton with 18 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Istrat flips it across the zone. Shot coming from Ward, stopped by Schutzkowski. Another reset for Brampton. Ward flips it through, looking for a quick stick back door. That pass doesn't connect, and it's Oshawa ball. They'll play it ahead quickly in transition. Shot stopped. Sprints sharp there, as Page had a great opportunity for Oshawa. Katoni working into a shooting position, sends the shot high and wide. Gilray drops the ball off into the corner, just 3 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to be Brampton bringing it back up the floor. Beam for Janke. Campbell looks up top, finds Bukta. Sunderland works into the zone, finds Campbell. He flips it back across. Shot coming from the outside. That is off the lid of Strozier. Up and out of play, so it'll remain Brampton ball. Sunderland dancing around, flips it across the zone. Off a screen, shot coming. Schutzkowski with the save. And Tajuri will hustle up the floor for Oshawa, trying to make a move to the net. Scores! Solo effort for Josh Tajuri. Ties this one up at 2s. we can hear the rain pounding off the roof here at Children's Arena in Oshawa, St. Patrick's Day weekend. Should note, Jeff Dowling coaches the Irish national team for men's. Joe Hiltz coaches the Irish women's national box team. And Luke Maloney represents Ireland for lacrosse as well. Page flips the ball down low. Darting through with a chance is Gilray. Stopped and sent up the floor. Janke, solo in the offensive zone, awaits support, kicks it back up top. 4-on-4 down low for these two teams as Tate Katoni is down the floor. He's got a man covering him. Janke opens up, tries to find an outlet. Pass through for Ward, misses the mark. That'll be our first break of the quarter. We'll be right back here from Children's Arena. Two the score, 7:07 to play in the first quarter here at Children's Arena between the Oshawa Outlaws and Brampton Express. Oshawa ball as they get set up here in the offensive zone. Josh Tajuri and Nick Webb, the two goal scorers, both coming in transition for the Outlaws. Curtis Ward and Jacob Janke with the markers for the Express. Katoni plays the ball into the corner. St. John flips it across, finds Gilray. Back into the corner, pass through for Gilmore. Great save. Was coming across with Sprents with that left arm. Beam outruns Katoni down the floor, drives into St. John, gets a shot. Szuczkowski makes the save. Reset, and it's Brampton ball. Bounce to the wall. 10 seconds on the shot clock. The Express completing some changes. Bukta operating at the top of the house. Just 5 seconds to work with now. They bring it up top. Jones dishes, and shot clock's going to expire. St. John brings the ball up the floor. Crosses center and looks far side. Out of the corner, Gilray. Gilray in front looking for St. John. Pass too tall to Jury. Grabs it in the corner, shakes off a defender, sends it across the zone. Page with a shot stopped by Sprents. And McDonald has Janke with him. And will defer to Janke. Janke sends it across the zone. Ferreira back across near side Sunderland. His shot stopped by Szuczkowski. Oshawa will work it up the floor. Szabo works into the middle, snaps a shot, stopped by Sprents. And Brampton just hustles it back down the floor. A little bit more action in transition than you would normally see. These two teams just trying to score on fast breaks so far. Now move to the net, underhand shot, stopped by Szuczkowski. Rebound grabbed by Brampton. Brampton doing a great job collecting the rebounds. Istrat spins off the screen from Sunderland. The pick and roll. Sunderland with the shot stopped by Szuczkowski. Sunderland in the crease as well. Blackmere with Istrat on his back, forced right to the Brampton bench. Ball on the floor. And Istrat will just swat it back into the zone. Oshawa with just 10 seconds to work with here on the shot clock. Gilray looking in front, finds Katoni. Katoni with 3 seconds, trying to fire, dishes it off. Gilray's shot stopped by Sprents. Rebound controlled by Brampton. Ferreira forced into the corner by Veltman, sends it back up to the top of the zone. Near side, Brampton in control, 15 seconds on the clock. Once again, just 4-on-4 in the zone with Katoni deep in Brampton territory. Tajuri behind the back pass looking for Katoni. Bukta covering Katoni closely. The pass not completed, and Brampton works it back up the floor. Janke brings it up the wall, looks across, elects to go back up to the top of the zone. Sunderland, quick pass through, connects with Janke, shot through. Shutzkowski with the save. And Oshawa looks ahead. Brought forward, dropped off for St. John. Katoni, pass through, connects with Gilmore. Sprents makes a solid save once again. Brampton grabbing the rebound, just turning it up the floor. Chance in transition again, and they bury it. Robert Cristello makes it 3-2 Brampton. The Brampton bench loving that goal. And a penalty going against Oshawa following the goal as well. This will be the first power play of the game. Beam and Veltman on the draw. Beam comes out with it. Plays the ball into the corner. Brampton completing one change. Sent up top. Sunderland flips it through. Quick stick from the far side. Stopped by Shutzkowski. Bukta plays it down low. Back at the top of the zone. Bouncer stopped by Shutzkowski. Grabs the rebound as well. Now a loose ball goes behind the net. Veltman scrambling for the ball. Just tries to flip it into space. Off a body. Loose on the floor right around the Oshawa net. That's a full reset. Bukta. Top of the house. Dishes it far side. That one cracks the post. Tajuri feeling some pressure. Dishes it off for Sabo. Midway through the Brampton power play, it's brought up the floor by the Outlaws. St. John directing traffic. Sending Szabo back up top. Connects with Katoni. Katoni dishes the ball off, darting through, but stepping in the crease was Gilray. McDonald finds Ward. Ward for Sunderland. Outlaws set up in the box with the Express operating on the perimeter. Now a steal in the slot by Oshawa. It's brought up the floor to Jury. 15 seconds left to kill for the Outlaws. Minute and a half to play in the opening quarter. Gilmore. Near side finds Geddes. Geddes starts to bring it in deep. Just 5 seconds on the shot clock. Back to even strength now. Geddes darts through and stopped by Brampton. Dylan Sprents, solid all quarter. Shutzkowski doing a great job as well. Sunderland walks into the middle, tries to shoot through traffic. That's well wide off the glass. Grabbed by Brampton. Back for Sunderland. Sunderland feeling some pressure up top. Dishes it off. Long range bouncer. Stopped by Shutzkowski. He holds the rebound and takes a peek up the floor. Maloney looking for the ball out of the air. And they're not going to make it across in 8 seconds. Brampton ball, 42 seconds to play here in the quarter. Drop down low. Shot squeezed by Shutzkowski. We got a timeout called by Oshawa as well, as Joe Hiltz will try and sort something out here. They'll be able to bring Shutzkowski to the bench, extra runner on the floor. Really take their time here as the remaining time in the quarter is right around 30 seconds. Also a great opportunity for Hiltz to give his guys a bit of a rest as the Outlaws are a little bit shorthanded this afternoon. A lot of extra time on the floor for the Outlaws players. Brampton, a full squad. And 9-4 on the season, currently second place in the ALL East. So 4.5 extra seconds remaining in the quarter. It's 34.5 to play. 30-second shot clock. They're going to have to hope for a tidy rebound if they're not able to score here. Webb back on the ball. Janke will press. Catoni works the ball into the zone. St. John coming out of the corner. Things set in motion for the Outlaws. St. John pressed up top by Eistrat. Catoni making a move to the net. Circles back to the top of the zone. St. John shooting. That one stopped by Spreads. Back in between the pipes is Schutzkowski. Nice pick by St. John as he got tall for that ball. Catoni now. Underhand shot stopped by Spreads. And he'll whip it down the floor, connecting with Eistrat. With 1 second, he shoots. Stopped by Schutzkowski. Nice plays at both ends. 3-2 the score after the first quarter. We'll be back for the second. (3-2) the score as the Express lead the Outlaws here at the start of the second quarter at Children's Arena in Oshawa. Robert Cristello, the most recent goal scorer for Brampton. He's joined by Jacob Janke and Curtis Ward, providing the markers for Brampton. Josh Tajuri and Nick Webb getting Oshawa on the board. Webb opened the scoring in this contest. Both Oshawa goals in transition, quick down the floor. Veltman and Beam on the draw. Controlled by Beam, and Brampton brings it into the zone. Jones works into the middle, takes the ball to the wall, and plays it in deep. Sunderland fighting to find a shooting position. Tajuri right on top of him. Shot misses wide. Bounces to the near side wall. Ward, swim move, circles back, sends it into the corner. And it's Oshawa ball. Gilray. Has some space to work with here. He'll take it. Back towards his own bench. Gilmore drops the ball off for St. John. He'll walk it up top. Find Gilmore. Set a screen. Pass deep into the corner. In front. Catoni with the shot on the line. As it just stays out. Scooped up by Brampton before it crossed. Horsley off to the races. Bounces one wide of the net. That's up into the beams here at Children's Arena. Oshawa ball back the other way. Strozier for Catoni. Into the corner, down low, it's St. John. Flips the ball near side. Page. Forced into the corner by Janke. Up top, St. John drops it in behind. Gilmore returns. St. John shot stopped by Sprents. Back the other way, Eistrat. Slowing it down a little bit. Has some support. The trailer. Janke shot blocked. Veltman ahead for Szabo. Fights through the check of Ward to get that ball, then swats it into the zone. St. John controls it in the corner. Check closely. Has Gilray near side. St. John works out of trouble and finds Gilmore up top. Drags the ball underneath McDonald. Near side Gilray. Back up to the top of the zone. Pass misses Catoni. He scrambles back onto it. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Gets one on net. Rebound into the corner. Somehow, Oshawa holds on. Catoni up for Page. Page bounces off a check. Sends a shot wide. That's up in the air. And out of play. Curtis Ward gets things started for Brampton. Bounces into the middle, looks to shoot. That one misses high and wide. Maloney scoops it up and dishes it ahead. Up in the air, Gilmore reaching for that pass. Ball bounces out of play. Henderson sends it into the zone. Eistrat fires the ball down into the corner. Near side Ferreira. Stepping into space, Ferreira, lane to the net, shoot, stopped by Szuczkowski. Once again, Brampton sharp on those rebounds. Shot from an off angle, stopped by Szuczkowski. Veltman digging away for the ball. He's pressed by two Express players. There in support to scoop it up is Nick Webb. Carries the ball across center, circles back, dishes it into the zone for Gilmore. Gilmore working to the middle, shot misses wide, bounces back down the floor. Szuczkowski's going to come back and play this one, but it's over and back. Brampton ball deep in Oshawa territory. 11:44 to go here in the second quarter. Brampton brings it off the wall. Sent far side. Bukta darts through, and that one's in. Just tucked over the shoulder of Szuczkowski. Now 4-2 Brampton. Veltman and Beam settling back in for the draw. Beam controls it once again. Jones steps to the outside, works back in, fires a shot, blocked by Tajuri. And Szuczkowski plays it off the wall, pass ahead for Tajuri. He's challenged by Ward. Collected by the Outlaws, they'll play it in deep. Katoni with Gilray across the zone, kicks it up top for Getty, stepping through, shot stopped. Rebound into the corner, played by Oshawa. Gilray pinned against the boards, trips up trying to escape. That jars the ball free. Now Katoni digging away for it down low. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Oshawa. Brampton doing a great job just killing time here and killing this possession for Oshawa. Coming out with it, quick shot. Gilray, solid effort right before the shot clock. Curtis Ward working down the wall. Finds some space in the middle. Shot underneath Szuczkowski. He'll squeeze that one between his legs. Up the floor quickly by the Outlaws. St. John coming off the wall. Shooting, scores. John St. John brings the Outlaws back within one, now 4-3. A little bit too much time and space allotted to St. John deep in the offensive zone. And he makes it count. Johns and Veltman on this draw. Johns just pushing through, scrumming the ball a little bit. Up in the air, Veltman digging away, loose ball, scooped up by Brampton. Jones finds Janke. Janke looks far side, deep into the offensive zone. Jones now darts in, out, back up top it goes. Sunderland swims off to the outside. Szabo pressing him up top. Now Ward, lane to the outside, just tries the change-up to try and tuck it over the shoulder of Szuczkowski. That misses the mark, and now the stretch pass, a little bit too tall for Webb. Robertson trots into the zone. Flips it across. He'll head through, dueling with Geddes. Sunderland makes a move to the net. Shot misses wide. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Back into the corner. Sent up top. Quick shot coming, and Szuczkowski makes the save. Another 20 seconds back on the clock for Brampton as they grab that rebound. Sunderland wings one wide of the net. It's going to be over and back against the Express. Dylan Sprents just plays it back into the corner. Carter Page starts things off for Oshawa. Top of the house, Gilmore. Dishes off for St. John. St. John Looks for Catoni, peeling in deep. Now Page finds a man stepping through. The pass back to the corner. Catoni wasn't there. McDonald flips it ahead. Pass underneath Beam. And Shutzkowski will scoop this one up. Strozier finds Catoni right in front of the Outlaws bench. Gilmore stepping in as well. St. John looking through the middle. That pass too tall for Catoni. Horsley has some space, looking to shoot. Whips that one wide of the net, goes out of play. Oshawa ball back the other direction. 8:11 to play here in the second quarter between the Outlaws and the Express. 4-3 the score for Brampton. Gilray in front. Sprents makes the save. Takes a quick peek up the floor, connects with Beam. Jonah Beam flips it back across, connects with Ward. Ward looks far side. Sunderland spins away from Tajuri. Tajuri sticking to him like glue. Now the ball bounces to the near side wall. Played into the slot. Still rolling on the floor. Shot clock expires for Brampton. Blackmere finds Geddes. Dishes the ball in deep. Is Gilray on the wall. Page there in support. Creating some space and finds the return pass, but that misses wide. St. John out of the corner. 10 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Has Catoni with him. Looks up top for Page. Quick shot sent just wide of the net. Bouncing around in the slot over to the wall, and the shot clock will expire for Oshawa. Janke turning it up the floor quickly. Janke looking back towards his own bench. Awaiting the changes to complete. Sunderland plays the ball behind the net. Brought out front. Chance for Istrat. Shutzkowski makes the save. Once again, Brampton grabs the rebound. Istrat works the ball down low. Flips a pass through the seam. Sunderland up in the air to grab that. Quick shot handled by the Outlaws. Rebound bounces into the corner. Offensive possession continues for Brampton, and Ferreira in some serious discomfort as he hops off the floor. Ward steps through up in the air. And Ferreira in some serious pain. You saw him go down there, but remaining on the bench. Not heading to the locker room or anything. That's a good sign for the Express as they lead here 4-3 with 6:07 to play in the half. Both teams really working 4-on-4 in the offensive zone much of this game as they're just keeping one player back. Allows for a lot of space to open up in the zone, and Brampton really taking advantage of that. They are on every rebound. You got to give Ryan Shutzkowski a ton of credit for making all these saves. Never easy to hold on to a ball when it's fired your direction, bouncing off the shin pads. Nice tight game, though, as the Outlaws look to bounce back, get things on track for the end of the season. Oshawa is going to start with it here. It'll be Tajuri heading back into his own zone to pick it up. Ahead to Gilmore. 6 minutes to play here in the first half. St. John hustles up to the top of the zone, finds Gilray. In front now, Catoni steps through, bounces a shot just wide. That goes out of play. Brampton ball to look to stretch things out. There's a shot stopped by Shutzkowski. Rebound collected by Brampton. Up top, Jeffrey. Janke dishes to Sunderland. He's forced into the corner, looks back up to the top of the zone. Connects with Butka, plays it into the corner. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Ward scores, picks that top corner right before the shot clock expires. Second goal of the game for Curtis Ward. Had a great look at that shooting lane for Ward, a ball and a half of space. Over the shoulder of Szuczkowski. 5:26 to play in the half, 5-3 the score, Brampton leading the way. Beam and Veltman on the draw again, and Beam, same result. It's played back for Eistrat. Top of the zone, Jones. Flips it to Ward. Sunderland fires, Veltman gets a stick in the lane. Deflection goes into the corner. Veltman connects with Szabo. Szabo looks to the bench. Gilmore finds St. John in the corner. Up top for Gilray. Gilray flips one through. Scooped up in front. Szabo's shot stopped. Spence will turn it up the floor. Cristello looks back, finds Horsley. All that noise, Brampton scrambling to send somebody back to cover Gilmore. Posted up deep in Express territory, Ferreira back out there. His shot blocked. Maverick Blackmere getting his stick in the lane. Maloney now. Beam pressing Maloney. He flips it back up to the top of the zone. St. John stepping through, fakes the shot. Eistrat sticking to him. Across for Gilray. Sends a shot on net around Janke. That's stopped. If Oshawa collects the rebound, they'll get the reset. They've got it. Ball brought out of the corner. Gilmore fires one on net. Scooped up by Sprents. He'll flip it ahead. Eistrat takes the space given, drops the ball off. Sunderland looking to shoot. Up for Ward. Ward tries to tuck it into that corner again, catches the outside of the post. Oshawa grabs the rebound. Webb. Pressed by McDonald. Flips the ball into the corner. A strange bounce. Knocks the ball free. Collected by Brampton. They bring it ahead. McDonald and Horsley. Horsley flips it far side. Sunderland. Works it across to Ward. Back for Sunderland. Ferreira setting the screen. Shot off the bar. It's going to bounce back into the Express zone where Tate Katoni was lying in wait. Trying to dance around there, but checked closely. Henderson right on his back. Katoni. With Ward pressing, drops the ball off in the corner. Too tall for St. John. And Brampton will hustle it down the floor. Pass sent through. Over the shoulder from Ward. Stopped by Szuczkowski. And turned up quickly by Oshawa. Gilray, side of the net, flips it through. St. John in tight, sends that one wide of the net. Beam, 2 minutes to play in the half. Express bench urging the team to slow things down here. Butka plays the ball to Pelcioni. Now Beam for Sunderland. Space to work with. He sends one in and scores. First of the game for Zach Sunderland. Now 6-3 Brampton. A minute 41 here in the opening half. Joey Szabo in to take this draw for the Outlaws. He and Connor Johns lean in. Johns comes out with it. McDonald sends it in for Jones. Sunderland plays the ball into the corner. Minute and a half to work with now. Ward sends it to the wall. Jones snaps the ball across the zone. Ward wide open in front, sends that ball just wide of the far post. Janke, 6 seconds on the shot clock, sends it in. Oshawa quick up the floor. Gilray works it over to the wall, allows his team to get their changes in. Gilray looking far side, connects with St. John down to Gilmore in the corner. Catoni and St. John setting screens. Gilray in front. Sprents makes a quick save with the right hand. And the Express bring it back down the floor. High Strat drops the ball off. Ferreira plays it behind the net for Istrat. Pass in front. Sunderland scores. His second of the game, now 7-3 with 30 seconds to play in the half. Looks like a little bit of fatigue being a factor for the Oshawa Outlaws. Veltman and Johns on the draw. Johns scoops that one. And winning possession there. Brampton calls their timeout inside 30 seconds, so we know the drill here. They'll pull sprints, get that extra runner on the floor. Draw up a play here on the bench, try and execute it, and make it 8-3. And you can hear the Oshawa bench right now trying to get themselves sorted out. Down 4 here late in the opening half. Game certainly not out of reach. Quite often we see runs of 4 or more here in the ALL East. Well, Brampton doing a solid job, as I've mentioned, collecting those rebounds, staying on the ball in the offensive zone, working it around, connecting on their passes. And just realizing they might have a team that's a little bit tired here with a short bench, keeping their feet moving. Janke will start things off for the Express. 27 seconds to play in the half. Sunderland set up in behind the net. And then 4 across for Brampton. Janke takes a peek over his shoulder at the clock. Probably see them set things in motion here inside 10 seconds. And there's the 10-second mark. 7. Played into the corner. They work it around. Sunderland comes out front, flips it across. Ferreira looking to shoot, dishes. Shot misses just wide. As Butka wound up taking that one to close out the half. 7-3 is the score as we head to the break. We'll be back for the third quarter. All set for the second half between the Oshawa Outlaws and Brampton Express. 7-3 the score as Brampton leads the way. John St. John, Josh Tajuri, Nick Webb. The goal scorers for Oshawa, Curtis Butka, Curtis Ward with the pair, Jacob Janke, Zach Sunderland with 2 for Brampton. I'm Dan Malta here on the call at Children's Arena in Oshawa. Last week of regular season action in the ALL East. Istrat steps through, cracks the post. As the ball bounces back up to the line, Tajuri bringing it back the other way. Tajuri flips it up top for Catoni. Sent in deep. Geddes for Gilmore. Oshawa working the ball around well here to start things off in the second half. Katoni hesitates, holds, dishes up top. St. John fires, kick save. Rebound collected by Brampton. Quick in transition, they flip it up the floor. Robertson peels off to the wall and looks back up top, finds Sunderland. Sunderland flips it up top for Ward. Ward for Butka. Sunderland off the wall, works around a screen into a shooting position, but dishes it off to the wall. Ward stepping into the middle, shot stopped by Szuczkowski. Second chance, they score. There's actually been a goaltending change, rather. For Oshawa, as Cole George is starting things off here. That was the third of the game for Ward. So Cole George in net in place of Ryan Szuczkowski. Veltman pulls the ball through, off the draw, tries to flip it across for Katoni. That's intercepted, brought back the other way. Janke with pace down the floor, works into the corner. Janke sends it across. Ferreira into the middle, drops it off. Sunderland flips it through. Pass out of the reach of Ferreira, up in the air, but now still loose on the floor. Janke collects up top for Sunderland. Sunderland for Janke. That pass broken up, chopping away Zabo. Now Janke, 2 seconds to shoot. That one just wide. Nearly a goal for Janke, but they're going to say the clock had expired. Big collision right in front of us here as McDonald takes a chunk out of Zabo. Zabo just tying his shoe. That's going to be 2 minutes for McDonald. Arrived on the scene a little bit early with the impact on Zabo. St. John gets things started. Quick give and go with Katoni. Then a pass for Page. St. John, Katoni working it around. St. John opens up, dishes off, back up top. Down low for Gilray, looks through, quick stick, Gilmore scores. Just 19 seconds into the power play. The Outlaws open the scoring in the half. The marker from Jake Gilmore. One thing we heard from the Oshawa bench nearing the end of the opening half was it's a contact sport. We'll see if they ramp up their physicality here in the second half. Off the draw, deep into the express zone, Veltman pressing Horsley. He's got space to find Istrat, however. Katoni sticking to Istrat, passes it through for Janke, and then sends it in front. That one underneath Jones. It goes into the corner. Possession maintained by Brampton. Istrat dishes it off. Janke back up to the top of the zone. Ferreira dishes to the corner. Brought up top. Shot from Ward. That misses wide. Bounces to the slot. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Another pass through. Ferreira's shot misses as well. And the clock will expire on the Express. Katoni takes a peek up the floor. Finds St. John in stride. St. John works off a screen, cuts through the net, shot stopped by Spence. Now Brampton's going to turn it up with numbers. Janke darts to the net, shoots, stopped. Cole George lifted that left shoulder in time. Janke sends it up top, Sunderland. Sunderland stepping through to the net, getting across. Cole George, another chance for Brampton, ball bouncing up top. Knocked down by Beam, penalty coming up against Oshawa. Sunderland with the extra runner on the floor, finds Beam at the top of the zone. Sunderland looking to shoot. Stopped, rebound in front, and now possession for Oshawa. So they will head to the penalty kill. Be a slashing call going against Tate Katoni. Shot from Sunderland misses wide. Butka operating at the top of the house. Works off, dishes far side, pass through, quick stick, scores. Jacob Janke at the side of the net. His second of the game. Just 14 seconds into that power play, they make it 9-4. Veltman and Johns leaning in on the draw. Johns pulls it free. Janke takes the ball into the offensive zone. Janke sends it up top. Ward stepping through, shooting, scores. Another quick strike from Brampton. 10-4 early in the third quarter. Fourth of the game for Ward. Brampton finding a ton of different ways to put the ball in the net. Johns flips the ball free on the draw, went a little early. Outlaws ball. St. John finds Katoni. Katoni at the top of the zone, looking to shoot, drags it underneath, makes a move to the net, scores. Pretty goal from Tate Katoni. That's his first, now 10-5. Veltman and Johns again on the draw. Johns on top of the ball, knocks it free, but Veltman scoops it up. Tajuri darts in, peels back, sends the ball up top for Gilray. Gilray flips it back for St. John. St. John into the corner, connects with Katoni, sets a screen. Katoni check closely, spins free. Opening up, trying to fight his way through traffic. A penalty coming up against Brampton. Pass just out of the reach of Gilray. Beam on top of him. That'll force him across center. Over and back. A holding penalty going against the Express. It'll be Istrat sitting down for 2 or less. St. John will kick things off for Oshawa. Page down to the corner for Gilray. Up top, St. John. Katoni sets a screen. St. John opens up into space. Pass sent through, intended for Katoni off a body. And working back the other way, shorthanded Brampton, a 2-on-1. Horsley shoots. Stopped by Cole George. Rebound collected by John St. John. A minute and a half to work with on the power play. Flips it down the floor. Connects with Gilray in the corner. Gilmore in behind the net. Page up for St. John. Katoni near side. Takes the pass. Shoots and scores. Take Katoni with his second. Both teams converting at an impressive rate on the power play this afternoon here in Oshawa. Veltman and Johns again on the draw. Johns gets down low, but stepping through onto it, Szabo makes a move to the net, pots one. Joey Szabo. Now 10-7 as the Outlaws show some signs of life here in the third quarter. The Oshawa bench calling for that ball for the Szabo goal. Beam scoops the ball off the draw. Sends it off to the wall. Szabo back on the loose ball. Kept in nicely. Good work with the stick. Nathan Jones, quick shot, stopped by George. Janke sends it into the corner. Heistrat. Check closely up top. Drops the ball off. Now Janke to Jury on his back, makes a move through. Penalty coming up against Oshawa. A holding call. To Jury heading to the box. Outlaws not happy with that call. Last power play, the Express scored just 14 seconds in. Butka for Sunderland. Stepping in, sending it across. Right at the top of the crease. Quick stick attempt, misses the mark. Janke battling for the ball with Strozier. Janke comes up with it, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Up top, quick shot, they bury one. Butka. That's his second. Now 11-7, and they're sending to Jury right back into the box. So Tajuri will sit for a while, and now he's going to be sent to the room, it looks like. So Tajuri's game is wrapped up. Brampton gets things started on the power play. Butka dishes it off for Ward. His shot blocked by Veltman. Sunderland at the elbow sends it up top for Butka. Back for Sunderland. To the side of the net, bumped back up top, in behind the net now. Brampton zipping things around on the power play. It's a nice steal by Oshawa. Geddes. Geddes, solid job killing time. He's got 20 seconds to work with on the shot clock. St. John shows up in support. Carries the ball into the corner. Thinks about shooting, dishes it through. Gilray stepping in the crease. Nice pass into the slot, however. Sunderland works it in deep. Looks back up top. Connects with Jones. Jones out of the corner for Ward. Ward, top of the house. Sunderland near side. Back up top, Ward. Ducks underneath. Pass back for Janke. Misses the mark. 5 seconds to shoot. Sunderland up top. Pass misses Ferreira. And the shot clock will expire. Brampton still with 35 seconds to work with on the power play. Outlaws had a decent run there in the third quarter. Closed the gap a little bit, 11-7 now. Similar to what it was at the end of the half. 6:35 to play here in the third quarter. Both teams will take a break, catch their breath, sort things out. Oshawa shorthanded coming into this one. Recently lost Josh Tajuri. And for Brampton, they've just got to keep playing their game, and they should be able to escape with a win here to close out the regular season. But Oshawa, they've shown they're capable of scoring and runs. Take Tony with 2 already this half. He's having a chat with Jake Gilmore before things resume. Gilmore will kick things off here for Oshawa. 35 seconds remaining in their kill. So if they just hold on here, they should be able to wipe out this penalty. Gilmore snaps the ball in deep. Page working out of the corner, sends it back up top for Gilmore. Gilmore takes a peek at the clock, sips it across for Page. Now Gilray in the corner, in front Catoni. His shot stopped right into the chest of Sprents. One last chance on the power play for Brampton. They bring it in, unchallenged, right to the net. George makes the save, back to even strength. Catoni takes a look back, finds St. John. They work off one another. Catoni brings it up top, bounces the ball into the corner. Gilray up for Gilmore. In front, Catoni falling, shoots. Sprents makes the save. And Sunderland working down the floor. There's a player down, but Sunderland's home free and scores. Catoni still on the floor in the Brampton zone. It's the third of the game for Sunderland, now 12-7 Brampton. I'm not sure if we're going to see any penalties out of this. And Cole George, maybe having an equipment issue, is not on the Outlaws bench. Neither is Ryan Schutzkowski. And now George is coming back through. (12-7) Brampton, 5:22 to play here in the third quarter. Veltman and Johns once again on the draw. Loose ball. He's scooped up by Eistrat. Veltman keeps pressing Eistrat into the corner behind the net. Eistrat escapes, sends it up top. Janke flips it across the zone. Jones in deep. Ferreira. Ball knocked free by Webb. Ferreira back onto it. Gilray challenges Ferreira there. Now Webb and Ferreira dueling down low. Ball sent to the slot. Loose on the floor. Zabo takes it to the wall. Shot clock will expire on Brampton, giving Oshawa a chance to get back on the board. Gilmore down low to St. John. St. John for Katoni. Fires. That one misses wide. Back the other way, Brampton. They've got numbers down the floor. Janke open, but the shot from McDonald is handled by George. Page turns it back up the floor with some urgency. Pass intended for St. John, broken up. Beam heading down. Gilmore to contend with. Beam shoots. That one bounces wide. Ward for Beam in front. Another save by Ward. Or pardon me, by George. As Ward working off of Beam. Now Maloney fights through traffic. St. John on the wall. Looks for Katoni in the corner. Pass misses the mark. Pass ahead finds McDonald. Looking across the floor for Ferreira. Ball bounces into the corner. Ward. Up top to Sunderland. Sunderland works around Maloney. Sends a shot through. That misses wide. Veltman scoops up the deflection. And bounces the ball down the floor. Take Katoni. Looking to shoot. Shot stopped. Rebound collected. Katoni scores. Third of the game for Katoni. Third of the quarter. Now 12-8. Oshawa back within 4. Ball sent to the wall. Janke scoops it up and pushed down to the floor. Veltman knocks it free. Jones scoops it up, plays it ahead to Ward. Up top for Jones. Sends it to the wall. Ward turns back into the corner. Up top for Janke. Traffic in front. Sends a shot wide. And Brampton dips a toe in the crease. Oshawa ball. 2.5 to play in the third quarter. St. John finds Gilmore. Gilmore bringing it back up top. Gilray off the wall. Gilray works off the screen. Page, lane to the net. That one off the post. Bouncing around in the slot. McDonald scoops it up. Bouncing ball, again loose. Still being fought for. Eventually it's Horsley coming up for it and the Express look to bring it up the floor, but Oshawa awarded possession. St. John to Gilray. Katoni cuts into the middle, looking to shoot. Penalty coming up against Brampton as Katoni fires one wide of the net. Gilray picks it up. Extra runner on the floor for the Outlaws. St. John, 10 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Makes a move to the net. Stopped by Sprents. Slashing call going against Brampton. Robert Cristello heading to the box. St. John gets things started from up top on the power play, down to Katoni. Back up to the top of the house, St. John. Katoni at the elbow. Page, St. John, Gilray in behind Gilmore, working it around the outside before they set things in motion. Now Gilray, Katoni in front. Big save, Sprents. And the rebound is sent wide. Scooped up by Gilray. Cross for Katoni, flips a pass for Gilmore, and Sprents squeezes that one. McDonald looks up the floor, bounces it to Istrat. Final minute of play here in the third quarter. Istrat slowing it down. Motions to Sunderland. Looks far side, it's Ward. 9 seconds to work with on the clock. Sunderland in front shoots. That one goes just wide. Webb. Turn it up the floor quickly. Finds St. John. St. John scans the offensive zone. Dishes it off for Page. Back to Page. Quick shot. They score. Now things have tightened up. 12-9. First of the game for Carter Page. Veltman and Beam on the draw, 16.5 to play in the third quarter. Express will have to get something going quickly here. Ferreira sends a shot wide. It bounces up top. Janke fighting to get a shot off. Fires one, that misses wide of the net. Fourth quarter coming up next. Underway here in the fourth quarter, 12-9 the score. As the Express lead the Outlaws. Oistrat sends it to the wall, up for Jones. Ferreira. Sunderland cuts it down low, kicks it up top, gets the ball right back top of the crease and scores. Pretty passing from the Brampton Express. Fourth of the game for Zach Sunderland. Veltman and Beam once again. Lean in for the draw. Goals like that have to be deflating for the Outlaws. They keep chipping away, getting closer and closer. The 3-goal deficit, the closest they've been since the first half. Back spread out to 4 now. Veltman takes a quick peek ahead. Pass bounces underneath Gilray. Scooped up at the line, Janke. Darts in, looks to shoot. Big save from George. Oshawa needed that one. Geddes looks ahead. Connects with Gilray. Back up top, Katoni shoots and scores. Takes a hard hit in the process. Fourth goal of the half for Tate Katoni. Maloney in to take this draw for Oshawa. Wearing his Irish national team gloves and helmet. Ball scooped back by Beam. Brought up the floor by Brampton. Pelliccioni sends it across the floor. Janke curls back up top. Lane to shoot and scores. Quick response from Brampton. Third of the game for Janke. Really concentrated scoring for the Express. Sunderland with 4, Janke with 3, Ward with 4, Hutko with 2. Now 14-10. Brampton back to that 4-goal cushion. Veltman and Beam lean in. Loose ball down the wall. Picked up by McDonald. Brought back across. Oshawa starting things off deep in Express territory. St. John behind the net, checked closely by McDonald. Sent back up top for Page. Gilray. Works into the middle, takes a shot. Spence just flips his arm out there, knocks that ball down. Cristello for Pelliccioni. Bouncing ball, top of the crease. Cristello flips one behind his back, wide of the net. Pelliccioni evades the check of Veltman, finds space in the corner, then dishes towards his own bench. Ward, 2 seconds to shoot, gets a shot off, and will collect his own rebound. Ward, Pelliccioni. Istrat sends it to the wall. Sunderland looking for Istrat, darting through. Pass misses the mark. Maloney pressed in deep, down to the floor. Veltman now battling for the ball, scoops it up, takes a peek up the floor. Oshawa can't escape the zone within 8 seconds. Solid pressure from Brampton. Beam works it near side. Down into the corner, Ward. Zips it across the zone. Pass misses the mark. Sunderland back to collect. 15 seconds to work with on the clock. Played in behind the net. They'll try and tuck that one in, wrapping it around. George holds on to the rebound and finds Webb. Webb across center, then fires the ball deep into the zone. Page zips one across, looking for Catoni. Pass out of his reach. Johns plays the ball ahead. It's Jones. Firing it across, back into the corner. Ferreira. Calling for the ball back. Ward. Check closely up top, bounces one on net. Rebound to the wall. Still loose. Oshawa eventually grabs it. Fires the ball down the floor off the stick of Page and out of play. Little miscue working down the floor for Oshawa. Another opportunity for Brampton to stretch out this lead. Quick shot, that's off the post. Bounces out of play, it will remain Brampton ball. Istrat starts things off up top. Dishes for Sunderland, pass sent through, intended for Janke, broken up by Veltman. Veltman near side finds Geddes. Szabo fires a shot, that's stopped. In and out of the crease, Oshawa ball. Catoni operating at the top of the zone, 10 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. St. John back into the corner for Catoni. Pass through, 4 seconds to shoot for Gilray. Dishes it off for Page, sends a shot wide of the net. Back down the floor, Horsley hustling onto it. Istrat across to Horsley. Back up top, Pelliccioni. That shot stopped by George. Rebound collected by Strozier. Slams on the brakes, creates some space for himself, then ahead for Geddes. Looking through, trying to find Catoni. Pass off the tip of his stick into the corner. McDonald brings the ball up the floor. Finds Ward. Ward working through traffic, drops the ball off. Top of the zone, Budka fires a pass in deep, shot, and they score. Brendan Campbell with the marker. 15-10 now. 9:23 to play here in the fourth quarter. Brampton leading the way. Beam sends it through looking for Jones. And to this point in the game, Brampton's scoring was spread across 4 players. Gilray in the corner. Sends one through, looking for St. John. Pass misses the mark. Now Catoni holding, shooting, scores from range. 5th of the game for Catoni. Beam and Maloney on the draw. Beam picks it up, heads right down the floor. Quick shot stopped by George. Ball bounces to the wall. Still on the floor. Beam trying to scoop it. He's pushed down to the floor. Now played across center and controlled by McDonald. Jones plays it through. George makes the save. Chance in front for Beam. What a save! Another one from George. The Oshawa bench showing their appreciation for that incredible effort from Cole George, somehow keeping the ball out of the net. We'll see if that sparks them here. Gilray for Gilmore. Penalty coming up against Brampton. Catoni works through traffic, drops the ball off back to the corner. The shot clock will expire on Oshawa, but they'll head to a power play. St. John will get things started, 7:49 to play. Page to Gilray, back to Page. St. John up top. Pass behind the back finds Catoni. He's got the hot hand right now. Page fires one. Sprints, keeps it out of the net. Takes a peek down the floor. Pass intended for McDonald, misses the mark. Back on the attack, out the Outlaws. Gilray. Finds Page. St. John up top. Fakes the pass to Catoni, then sends it. Catoni swims through, makes a shot just wide of the net. Not going to register on the shot clock. Now they'll reset, but the rebound is collected by Cristello. Just hustles down the floor, short-handed, fires a shot on net. That'll go up and out of play. Fresh 20 for Brampton. Curtis Ward takes a peek at the shot clock. 7 seconds to work with. Fires a shot on net. George falls back onto it, scoops up the ball, and puts it in the stick of Veltman. Oshawa getting to a point where they're running out of possessions here. St. John up top. Gets the ball back. Drops it off for Gilmore. Underhand shot stopped. Rebound bounces in front, collected by Oshawa. Gilray, 20 seconds to work with on the power play. Back up top for St. John. Tries to make that pass behind his back. Janke picks it off, and he's off to the races. Janke, solo, short-handed, scores. 4th of the game for Jacob Janke. 10 seconds remaining in the Outlaws power play. That seemed to take the wind out of the sails for the Outlaws. Beam takes the draw, but St. John steps through and scoops up the ball. Jones checking St. John closely. He'll now back off. Here's side Gilray. Stepping through, shooting, stopped by Sprents. Rebound scooped up by Gilray. Quick shot behind the back, he scores. First of the contest for Gilray. Now 16-12. And Tate Katoni with 5 goals this half, no longer on the bench for the Outlaws. Beam. Looks up top, finds Jones. Has to stretch out to play the ball. Maloney checking him closely up top. Cross to Sunderland. Pass through. Ward can't settle it down, so George will scoop it up. Oshawa bench calling for the team to push it down the floor. Maloney does exactly that, runs out of space, and plays it to St. John in the corner. Gilmore for St. John. 5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Switches off with Szabo. Cuts through to the net. St. John pots one. (16-13). St. John's second of the game. Beam doing an excellent job on the draws this afternoon. Takes the ball from Maloney, finds Istrat, played down low, and it's out of the stick of Janke. Oshawa turns it up with a little bit of urgency. Webb looks across the zone. St. John, another one. Oshawa within 2 now. Now Brampton feeling some pressure. Beam steps through with the ball. Just drives to the net. Takes a shot. That one just tips the post. We are all set for an exciting conclusion here this afternoon. Brampton maintaining the lead for the duration of this game, apart from the very beginning when Oshawa opened the scoring. But now just 16-14, 2-goal gap, 4:25 to play. A ton of time for the Outlaws. We'll take this opportunity to rest up some players. Katoni with 5 goals in this second half, as we mentioned, no longer on the bench for the Outlaws. So they'll be missing him as an option. Be missing him as an option for those shots. The Brampton bench, group of players huddled in, the Oshawa players talking amongst themselves, trying to sort something out here. Gilmore, St. John having a chat. Cole George working his way back to the crease, being solid in this second half for Oshawa. Dylan Sprents, solid game for Brampton from start to finish. Well, as we near the finish, The Outlaws bring it up the floor. St. John zips it across the zone, finds Page. Gilray coming across to set the screen. Page tries to swim under traffic, takes a couple of chops, finds Gilmore. Then Page working back through the seam, pass missing the mark. Gilray up top, Gilmore, 7 seconds to work with on the clock. Long range shot that catches the post. And the shot from John St. John. Inside 4 minutes to play. Zabo for Gilmore. Gilmore shot from the exterior. That's handled by Sprents. Horsley just drops his shoulder, pushes across center. Horsley to the net, stopped by George. George sees Gilray and heads up. Gilray heard the warnings from the bench as Janke was closing fast. Got to imagine Brampton is content to run out these possessions, really use the clock here. Webb evading the check of Ward, getting across center. Inside 3 to play, long range pass, St. John stops up, gets a shot, that misses wide. Stepped in the crease as well, so it'll be Brampton ball. High Strat flips the ball back towards his own bench. Ward operating up top in space. Pass through Sunderland. That one off the outside of the post, it looked like, but no, the shot clock is not going to reset. Bounced ahead for Veltman. Maloney scoops the ball off the floor, leaves it in the corner for St. John. St. John checked closely by Janke. Sends it up top for Gilray. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Gilray off a screen, steps in, dishes. Page, his shot. Stopped by Sprents, and it bounces out of play. Will remain Oshawa ball. Gilmore in the corner. Bounces off a check, plays it near side Page. Inside 2 minutes to play now. Page gets a pass through, backdoor. Gilray steps across the crease, but steps in the process. Brought ahead by Brampton. Good game on our hands here at Children's Arena in Oshawa. Final week of regular season action in the ALL East. Ferreira forced to the outside, somehow gets a shot off. George headbutts that one back into the corner. Express bench calling for the team to use the shot clock. Pass through for Ward, he steps in the crease. Minute and 23 seconds to play now. Oshawa has to get to it. And the Outlaws now call a timeout. Minute 21 to play. They need to score here, and then maybe they get one more possession to try and tie things up. Joe Hiltz talking with Gilmore, St. John, Webb, and Gilray. And the Outlaws seem set and ready to go after this quick break. Oshawa, it's the goalie on the bench, extra runner on the floor. Page gets things started up top. Minute and 21 seconds, down 2. Webb sends it down low to Gilray. Gilray across the zone, connects with Gilmore. Gilmore checked closely, he finds St. John. Now Gilray stepping through, looking to shoot. He gets pushed off the ball by McDonald. Inside a minute now. St. John stripped of the ball by Eistrat. And the Express will get things started with 52 seconds to play. McDonald takes it in deep. Oshawa fighting to peel this ball away. Zabo and Webb press McDonald into the corner. He's just trying to kill time here. Ball on the floor. Webb brings it up. 30 seconds to go. Gilray. They've got to shoot. Sends it through. Pass off the stick of St. John, and it's going to be brought up the floor to the empty net. Janke tucks it home, and that makes it 17-14 with 15 seconds to play. All but wrapping things up here, the 5th goal of the game for Jacob Janke. Oshawa kept things close for most of this game. Brampton was able to spread out the lead a little bit, but Oshawa kept crawling back. But when it's all said and done here, the Express a little bit too much for the Outlaws to handle. 17-14, the final score. As the Express move to 10-4 on the season, the Outlaws 4-10. For Donald Beatty on camera, I'm Dan Malta. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon.